is, I have no idea. It won't just wipe off. It is just like the linoleum's worn through, or just no idea what that is. So all of that, of course, will be coming out. You can see around this sink here, you can see all of the linoleum and caulk all rolling back. That's because there's a lot of water damage on the sink. It's all moldy. If I take and just touch that with a screwdriver or something, that wood just falls out. It's completely useless. It's got to come out. It's all buckled. You can see all the buckling there on the side, where if you just touch it, it just falls apart. I mean, we're not talking about any structural integrity whatsoever on that. You can see the bottom down there all swollen, just filled. The back wall all back there cracking and falling completely out. The other day when I was in here, this is where I saw 2 or 3 of the bugs and stuff crawling around. You can see back behind there, look at, it's just all cracked up and tore up looking. Same thing on the linoleum. There's one of the bugs over there crawling around right now. I've seen a bunch of those. It looks, I'm not really sure, kind of looks like to me like a baby roach or something like that, but you can see it crawling along there. Again, the linoleum all peeled back, and of course that's all got to go. There's no way of sealing this place up properly. The tub, wow, you can see, oh, there's probably a roach right there, I'm guessing. That looks like a roach to me. But over here near the drain, you can see 8 or 10 bugs all just laying in there. So that's why we've got to have this place fumigated. Again, the tub itself is just a big old cast iron tub. They can be refinished and resurfaced. I don't have it included in the price right at the moment. Once I get the rest of the stuff taken care of and cleaned up, we should be able to get some pricing on that and get that thing cleaned up as well and make it back to where it's actually acceptable. Bathroom ceiling, it's just hilarious. I don't know if you can see all that discoloration because of the lighting and all, but wow, it is just yellow. Looks like, it's just hard to explain what it could even possibly be. So that's all got to probably even get scrubbed before, or sanded or something probably before it can even be painted. So I'll be working on all of that here very soon. As I mentioned this is all the hinges. As you can see, they've been painted over not once, but looks like 100 times throughout the whole place. And they're all very thick with paint. Fortunately, I did check most of the doors. They are opening and closing okay. But you can see, let's see if you can see that. Yeah, you can see the line. Let's see if I can get a light better on this. If you can see this line here, you can see that where they've painted and then closed the door and it's just run down. And that's what causes doors to have all the problems, opening and closing and cracking and popping and making all the racket. So we'll be trying to address a lot of those kind of issues. All of the hinges are just completely painted over, just filled with paint. Most of the hardware is just... Okay, time for a little video documentation. Pulled out the old lavatory. And what did I find? I found water. And if you can see right down there, severe rotting, which means it's been long-term leakage from something. So I knew to start looking around a little bit after that. And here is what I found. It was on the hot water side. It was the piece that runs from the valve here back to where it goes into the wall. It actually, and here is the actual piece right here. You can see it actually had rotted and fell completely. The threads had rotted and completely fell off. It was just dripping water in behind the wall heavily, not enough to actually get out into the floor and out from under the vanity, but enough to the point that, as you can see here, enough to the point that it caused all that damage down there. Now I think that'll be fine once it dries all out. And you can see it's got a lot of, fortunately that's not drywall, that is the cement drywall, which is not nearly affected as much or as bad. So I'm going to have to patch back the wall after replacing the valve. The water is on there. You can see it's holding perfectly. No, no dripping, no anything. Used Teflon tape and more wall that just fell off when the vanity came out. It just this had all been just kind of, you can see how horrible and what kind of shape it is in. Look at that whole corner there. It's just terrible. A lot of work has gone into this so far, much more probably than I've estimated, but it's all right. I made the commitment for it, so we'll get it done. All right, I would like to, however, possibly get some additional funds for that, because I did not plan on having to find the leak and tear open the wall and do the repairs. So I figure I've saved you guys a lot of money for that right there alone. Okay, here's the finished bathroom. Tape is on the floor just to hold it in place while we get the rest of the floor in. Here's the vanity. You saw the vanity before, the condition it was in. I didn't mean for that to be on there. Let's get that out of there. Here we are. It's all brand new. The mirror, all been recessed back in the wall. You can see that cabinet over there as well was recessed back into the wall so it didn't protrude out into the room. Those are the existing light fixture that was there. I have a photo of it that I will provide to show you just how much different it looks. New light fixtures in here. Light outlets. Wall outlet. Added the spring back to the door so it didn't punch a hole through the wall, which was there before. You can see how well the baseboard has all been caulked and sealed. All the way down, all the way around the tub. Look at the seal on that. Perfect. All the toilet has been completely redone. Look at the seal around that. Let's take a look inside the vanity. Alright, you see inside the vanity here. You can see how sealed that is, how clean. All that's caulked. There are no cracks or gaps or anything for any type of pest. It's all sealed along the wall. You notice the other one was off the wall 2 inches and had all kinds of garbage between it and the wall. This was put against the wall to eliminate that. Step back here a little bit, show how it looks a little. There's the shower rod that was put in. Look at the tub ceiling. The sealant around the tub is all with bath and kitchen sealant, which will not mold like it was there previously. Put new handles on the tub, new hardware on the tub. The tub has all been refinished. In the other video, you saw the window that was missing a piece of wood across the bottom. It's all been replaced, sealed, and painted to match the walls. All of the mold that was all inside the window has all been removed, cleaned, sealed with the proper sealant so that it will not remold again. The door hinges, I mentioned that before, are all brand new. installed. New hardware handles as well. Much nicer than the ones that were on there before. New end pieces that were just old and covered with paint and probably from whenever the place was built. Again, an overall view of the bathroom.